It is a true story. The images are stock and have no connection with reality. Like and subscribe for this type of videos. The Dyatlov Pass Incident is one of the most chilling and enduring mysteries of the 20th century. It took place in the frigid Ural Mountains of the Soviet Union, on the eastern side of Kholat-Syakhl, also known as the Mountain of the Dead, in the early months of 1959. The expedition begins. On January 27, 1959, a group of 10 experienced hikers, led by 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, set off on an expedition to reach Otorten Mountain, a remote peak in the Ural Range. Most of the group consisted of university students from the Ural Polytechnic Institute, all highly skilled in outdoor survival. On January 28th, one of the members, Yuri Yudin, fell ill and had to turn back, leaving the remaining 9 to continue. The last camp. The group's plan was to reach Otorten within a few days, but they were delayed by worsening weather conditions. On February 1st, they set up camp on the slopes of Kholat-Syakhl, Mansi for Dead Mountain, despite being close to a wooded area that could have provided better shelter. Why they chose such an exposed location remains a point of speculation. The hikers were never heard from again. The search and discovery. When Dyatlov's group failed to report back as scheduled, a search party was sent out on February 20th, 1959. After a few days, on February 26th, searchers made a grim discovery. The hiker's tent was found abandoned, half buried in the snow, and slashed open from the inside, as if the group had fled in a panic. Most of their shoes and warm clothes were left behind. Following the tent's trail, rescuers discovered the first 2 bodies, Yuri Krivonyshenko and Yuri Doroshenko, near a small campfire, wearing only their underwear. Their bodies were found under a cedar tree, about a mile from the tent. The branches of the tree were broken, suggesting they had climbed it, perhaps in desperation. Nearby, the remains of a fire hinted at a struggle to survive in the brutal cold. 3 more bodies, Dyatlov, Zenaida Kolmogorova, and Rustem Slobodin, were found scattered between the cedar tree and the tent, as if they had tried to crawl back to the campsite. These bodies showed no severe injuries, though Slobodin had a small skull fracture, not considered fatal. Of the final 4. The remaining 4 hikers were not found until May, months later when the snow had melted. Their bodies were discovered in a ravine further into the woods, buried under several feet of snow. These bodies, Nikolai Thibaut Brignol, Alexander Kolovatov, Semyon Zolotaryov, and Lyudmila Dubinina, showed far more disturbing injuries. Thibaut Brignol had suffered a fatal skull fracture. Zolotaryov and Dubinina had severe chest fractures that, according to investigators, would have required tremendous force, similar to a car crash. Dubinina, in particular, had the most unsettling injuries. Her eyes and tongue were missing. Strangely, no external wounds were visible to explain the trauma. And though the area was covered in snow, there were no signs of a struggle. Forensic experts later noted that some of the hikers' clothes were found to be radioactive, adding to the mystery, theories, and speculation. The Soviet investigation officially closed in May 1959, concluding that the hikers had died due to a compelling natural force. No more details were given, and the case was sealed in secrecy. Over the years, many theories emerged. Avalanche theory. Some believe that the group was hit by an avalanche, causing them to flee their tent in panic, but no significant evidence of an avalanche was found at the scene. Katabatic winds. These powerful winds could have created a vortex of snow, disorienting the hikers, though this also lacks concrete proof. Military testing. One popular theory is that the group stumbled upon secret Soviet military tests, possibly involving parachute mines, which could explain the forceful injuries and even the radiation on their clothes. Infrasound. A scientific hypothesis suggests that infrasound generated by wind passing over the mountains might have induced intense feelings of fear and panic, causing the hikers to abandon their tent irrationally. Paranormal explanations. Some suggest more supernatural explanations, including UFO sightings or encounters with the indigenous Mansi people, though there is no solid evidence to support these claims. The enigma endures. Despite decades of speculation, the Dyatlov Pass Incident remains an unsolved mystery. In 2019, Russian authorities reopened the case and concluded that the group had died in an avalanche and hypothermia. However, many still feel unsatisfied with this explanation, given the unusual injuries and other perplexing details. The story of Dyatlov Pass continues to captivate investigators, researchers, and storytellers alike. It's a tragic reminder of the unpredictable, sometimes unforgiving forces of nature, or perhaps something stranger lurking in the shadows of the Ural Mountains.